Hey, we are live. But because not our friend Scott, but our friend Scott's son is out sick. I feel like he would want us to play this.
Yes. STS Podcast. Guys, STS Podcast. Guys, STS Podcast. Guys, Jeremy, Leo, Larry, and Nate. Scott's out sick. Jeremy, Leo, Larry, and Nate. Scott's out sick. Jeremy, Leo, Larry, and Nate. Scott's out sick. STS Podcast. STS Podcast. Guys, STS Podcast. Guys, STS Podcast.
Guys.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 264 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And we're the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What's going on, Larry?
What's up, Jeremy? Hey, we this is back-to-back weeks, and I caught up on uploading all of the episodes onto Spotify because I was like 3 weeks behind, so we dropped 3 episodes in the audio formats last Sunday. I promise I'll do this one up sooner.
Hey, we're just knocking stuff out, like, you know.
Yeah.
We're
catching up, man. Like just knocking out all the notifications. Like we're just live, we're back. What's up, Ed?
Like I said, today, you know, Scott's out sick. Well, his son's out sick, but
yeah,
I said there's some things, right? I said that just give me. I'm like, man. I said some all-time favorite podcast memories. Yard Sale Source.
It's good
songs. I said the songs that he created. It's just like I said, one of my all-time favorite podcast memories.
I completely agree. Even though that was like forever ago because you were still here. I completely
it's crazy
agree.
That was
all these years later, it's still a classic.
Yeah, that was like crazy. That was over 5 years ago.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Bananas. I said that we've been going on this long, but regardless, still forever burned in my mind. I said the Scott House song.
I completely agree. And speaking of classics, I've got 2 things. One of which, of course, would be It's Been a Week.
It's been a week.
It has been a week.
It has been a week. And breaking news that I learned just before we went live. Bear with me. It's 49 seconds, but it's worth it. We've got a special announcement here.
This is Goat vs. Fish with a special verse announcement. Goat vs. Fish, the Goatfish, will appear on America's Got Talent on NBC this Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is Howie Mandel goat or fish? Is Heidi Klum goat or fish? Sofia Vergara Escabra Opez, is Simon Cowell goat or fish? Find out on America's Goat Talent with Goat vs. Fish. Are you goat or are you fish? Welcome versus America to Goat vs. Fish.
It's happening, Jeremy. Goat vs. Fish, network television, Tuesday, America's Got Talent, episode 5. My understanding is it'll be on like Hulu or where I think it's Hulu the next day. So Wednesday, we will be able to watch Goat vs. Fish on America's Got Talent. I cannot wait to see the reactions.
I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah, I don't think I could be more excited for anything.
Can we take the over under bets right now of how long before they just buzz them out? Like I want them. So I don't want them to do that.
No,
However,
they gotta let him. They gotta let him do his shtick for at least like, at least like a minute or two. I would hope.
I don't think
Like, great,
so.
you just think he walks out with his towel and his Burger King crown, and there's like, nope. And he just keeps walking off the stage. It's one of those things.
Seconds or less.
50, all right, I'm going like 2 minutes.
Right.
He gets a full sort of segment.
Simon Cowell.
I know it's good. I know.
Simon Cowell and Goat versus Fish. I mean, come on. And you're thinking 2 minutes?
I think he's going to get his 2 minutes.
Larry,
Otherwise, they wouldn't even put him on.
Come on.
As
much as I want our friend Goat versus Fish to succeed, I think the fence sitter that is Simon Cowell is going to kick him in the nuts.
All right. So I know very little about America's Got Talent. I did just learn from Ed that I was wrong. It would not be on Hulu. It is on Peacock, which totally makes sense. Thank you, Ed, because it's an NBC show. Peacock's owned by NBC, so it'll be on Peacock on Wednesday, episode 5. All right. Do you think? I at least I hope and pray that he at least gets to ask someone. Right. He named off those people like Howie Mandel, Simon Cowell. I don't know who else. Like he named like 5 or 6 people. Right. I at least hope he gets to, one of them answers. Are you goat or are you fish? Do you think that so you don't even think they're gonna make it that far? Like he's gonna walk out and do like I don't even know. Like right. He's gonna walk out and talk about thank you for having me on this versus. Maybe get a celebration, and that's about it. Like, and then he's just going to keep walking.
15 seconds or less. or right, it's kind of like one of those like montages. I said
that could be too.
Montages they have for like basically people that they just like rapidly go through. Like as much as I would literally rally an army behind people voting to keep Ghost versus Fish there. I just don't think I said the judges are going to understand and appreciate Goat versus Fish as much as we do.
Yeah, you're probably right. And you're also probably right on the fact, like I was thinking that he would be a featured person. But I think it is more likely that he is something brief. Like maybe they're talking to him in line or like, I don't watch these shows very much, right? Like I feel like what's Simon Cowell? American Idol. Like I feel like I probably watched an episode or two of American Idol very, very long time ago. But didn't they they did the really bad auditions, but they kind of cycled through people. I think they should talk to people in line and stuff like they do the why are you here kind of stuff. Maybe you get a quick Goat versus Fish. Maybe it's like Howie Mandel's like walking the line or something, and he's like, "Whoa, who's this guy wearing a towel and he got playing with his Beanie Babies?" I don't know.
The fact that we've
either way, I
would love if it was more, but I think it's going to be that.
I will still be very proud of him. I am happy to see him.
I am immensely proud of Goat versus Fish.
Yeah. And you know what? There is a greater than 0% chance that this is Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish is big break. Maybe this could be it. He could blow up.
This could be the thing. Like, hey, everyone wants to know more about Goat versus Fish because I see him. I said on like wow.
Yeah, who is this guy?
I'm on drugs and I need more of this guy.
Right. What is this guy? And you know what? When they search him up on YouTube, maybe they'll find the STS Guys podcast. Just saying.
Hey,
stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Hey, it said small universe. I said small universe. I said random. I said coincidences of events. I said clashing together. Like let's see it happen.
Yeah.
Honestly, Goat versus Fish. Like I said, I know you're not listening to this probably, but good luck. I hope. I said that Simon Cowell. I said, you get to ask Simon Cowell if he is goat or if he is fish, or you accuse him of being a fence sitter, which I would love for you.
That would be amazing. He's like, no, I'm not picking. Like, yeah, right. Yeah, that actually that feels like it would be a forced reality TV moment. You know, like how like reality TV is typically a little bit scripted. Again, I know they don't care about goat versus fish, but if they did, like they would set Simon Cowell up to say, no, get out of here. I'm not taking one of these. And then goat versus fish.
And he's all
calling about fence sitter. And then Howie Mandel starts calling Simon Cowell a fence sitter. Like I could write the script for this. Like,
oh yeah,
fan.
100%. This would be an amazing script. Like,
but it's gonna be like goat versus fish, walking off the stage. Sad, but that's okay.
Hey,
he did do. I know for this is episode 5, right? And I was waiting for this because earlier this year he did share out on Instagram and stuff that he was auditioning and he shared out pictures and all that. So I knew that it was coming up sometime soon. And for episode 1, he did do a live stream in case he was on. He didn't end up being on. I don't think he did that for the following episodes. So I'm guessing there's going to be a Goat versus Fish live stream, possibly on YouTube, maybe on Twitch. I feel like I saw it on YouTube.
Hey, watch party? Come on.
A watch party with Goat versus Fish. So if you're not doing anything on Tuesday evening,
hey, I will tune in. I said to Goat versus Fish's channel.
Yeah.
I said watch
if
party.
you remember, I'll try to remember to and hit the watch party to be there for this historic occasion. And if I miss it, or either way, I will be checking it on Peacock the next day.
Again,
hey, it's not. I would like. It's not every day one of your friends is going to be on TV.
Well, again, right? Going back to what I was saying, when the very first started the show, like podcast memory. Like I said, the very first encounter ever. I said it's burned into my head.
You set me up good for that.
Like I said, we were in Gaslamp. I said mixed in with like the whole bunch of like Jeebus protesters. So they were basically saying we're all going to hell, and then out comes our hero. Goat versus Fish.
This guy wearing a towel with his Beanie Babies, and
and then forever, like I said, we forever we have now known. I said the verses. I said of Goat versus Fish because of that moment. So celebration for America's Got Talent. So we will be recapping this, I'm sure, the next episode, whatever that will be. Of course,
and,
because there's so much great content out that we talk about. Like I said, we'll make sure to carve out a special time for Goat versus Fish. To recap and review. I said the AGT. I said episode 5.
Very cool, right? Because as far as like live TV shows go, or like new episodes for kind of the traditional like 3 networks. That's like there's nothing on. I don't know what any of those have. Like I don't know what ABC, CBS, NBC are even doing anymore. So Goat versus Fish, man.
Yeah, Goat versus Fish.
It's what the people want. Yeah.
And Ed basically, it's like he knows us. Like like I can't wait to hear you review it in 3 weeks. Well, joke's on you, Ed. In 3 weeks, I know I won't be talking about it because we'll be.
I think 3 weeks. It might be 4 weeks, but yeah, like we're probably gonna skip. 3 weeks would be the Saturday before Comic-Con, so there's a good chance we would skip that week anyhow. So, yeah. So that's all I got. That's my. It's been a week. I literally saw that video right before, and it was short. So I'm like, I'm borrowing this Goat versus Fish. Apologies. We have to talk about this.
Perfect.
Did you buy anything? Because I think you did.
Yeah, I did a couple things. I went to Retromania. I said earlier today.
Really?
In Dripping Springs.
Oh, in Dripping Springs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Was that the one we went to in
New Braunfels?
Yeah. So it's in Dripping Springs now, which is a little closer.
Yeah,
to Austin.
It's like an hour away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something to do.
It was something to do. Same. Yeah, it was interesting. So let's just say this venue, it shared basically said half the building was basically this area. The other half of the building was horse stalls.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, it was something to do. I wanted to check out some comics, go comic shopping.
Yeah, cool, and not too far, which is
it wasn't too far. Like I said, I have my Saturday tradition of just going to the comic book store anyways. So just made the trip out there and then literally hit the comic book store. I said on the way back.
Cool.
But yeah.
So
Picked up some new comics. Like nothing crazy out there. I think I picked up like a couple like $2 books, like I said, out in Ripping Springs. But then hit the normal comic book store on the way back. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Well, awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I said it's something to do, and at least you found something to buy. Because I think when we went to Retromania in New Braunfels, with me, you and Scott, I don't think we bought anything amongst the three of us. So
well,
even if you found like one $2 comic, you did better than we did that.
And that was, I said I it wasn't until I was getting ready to walk out. I said that I found a couple. I said $2 comics that I was actually looking for.
That's funny. Did you do like one of those the desperation pass? Like you've already walked through it like maybe twice, you've seen everything, but it's like I want to buy something.
Yeah,
I've done
exactly
that before.
It's
like you're like forcing yourself to like try to find something. Like I've been at those cons like without you, where it's like I feel like I want to buy something. I came here and you just can't do it.
Well, you're like, I'm like, I gotta make use of the time. I gotta like show some value. Like, I guess what I put time into this thing. I'm like, I need to show something. I said that came out of it. No, I definitely did that because I think what I've realized with those type of shows, right, is that those shows are made up of the vendors who just want something to do and they don't actually want to sell stuff.
And they don't care if they bring their inventory back.
Yeah.
They're just there to hang out.
No, it's the opposite, right? That's the opposite of that. They want to go hang out. Yeah. So they price everything basically super high. And then like, guess what? If something sells, hey, great. Yeah. If not, they don't really care. I said either way, because basically I think it gives them a chance to kind of hang out with everybody else out there. Because this theory holds true. Because this is the one place where I found them. It's like, I've never done this before. So it was his very first time ever doing something like this, and his prices were vastly different from everybody else's.
Okay. Yeah.
So like the one book that I had actually ended up getting from him for $2, literally 2 vendors down, the dude had it for 60. Like, I'm
okay.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Like on a good day,
what's it worth?
20.
Okay. Yeah. So it was a $2 is probably a pretty good deal. 60 was outrageous. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, then they have, I said, everyone has, like I said, their degrees in marketing. So they're like, hey, guess what? Yeah, it's $60, but if you buy 2 things, I'll knock 20% off. I'm like, yeah, but you're still like 3 times what it's actually worth. But
like, thanks, but no.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was like I said, it was something to do. It was fun. I said it was a good day out. But ended up coming home, I said, and having a delivery of none other than Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the red and blue suit from the last like 15 seconds of No Way Home.
Oh, okay. Right. That's pretty cool. That looks like a hot toy.
Yeah, it is.
That's hot. That is really hot.
So hot.
Very cool.
Like, well, one, I'm like completely shocked that they made a figure for a suit that was in the film
not more than 20 seconds.
That's is kind of crazy, but
So
it's a cool suit.
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah,
right because it's got the red and blue, so it's kind of the classic Spider-Man.
Yeah, so it's like the classic, it's like the classic Spider-Man. What it is, yeah, it's literally based upon that last swing scene. Said in No Way
okay,
Home.
yeah, I think I remember right as the movie's literally over, right? It's just him out with the different suit. Yeah.
Yep. But then I was telling Larry, I said right before I said the podcast, Hot Toys they've been doing the whole like innovation lately. So like on their head sculpts, right? So like this is like the Tom Holland head sculpt, right?
Yeah.
It actually has movable eyes, so you can actually move the eyes. I said and make them like look in like different directions. It is the weirdest, craziest thing. Yeah. So like you're like, oh yeah, here's creepy Tom Holland. You can make him look that way. Oh, look, you gotta look the other way. Nope. Make him look cross-eyed.
Like if you were doing like the stuff Nate was doing, like, right, with action figure photography and stuff, like and trying to get people to look like a certain way, like it's some next level stuff, man. Like that's cool. Like the attention to detail, like all the points of articulation, all the different heads and hands and accessories and stuff. Of course, the eyeball, move. Right? This was going to be the next thing. Like
it was.
It's pretty cool that they figured that out.
Like it's like pretty cool innovation. Like yeah.
Not super necessary.
Not necessary.
But it's cool.
It's one of those things. So like, okay, you're like, okay, because you're already like paying, like shit out the ass for these figures, anyways.
Yeah.
So, but it's like one of those things. I'm like, okay, I can see that, right? But no. So yeah. So got that figure in. There's going to be a lot of Hot Toys. So there's going to be a lot of it. It's hot coming. I said it soon.
Nice. Bring in the heat.
They just dumped literally a whole bunch of releases like in these last like 3 weeks, where I think I have like 4 or 5 different pre-orders that are like all hitting at the same point in time. So it's like ouch, that hurts.
So you're gonna start getting this shipping notifications every day. That's cool. Well, I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but like I did buy one thing because I ordered this.
Look at that!
This STS Guys embroidered hat off customlids.com. That's right, customlids.com. Not a sponsor or anything. I actually saw a YouTube ad that's like, "Hey, you want a custom hat? Come check us out." And it's lids, right? Like I think it's like a hat store that
it's
when malls were things.
It's the actual like lids, like the store.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They used to be in the mall, possibly still in some malls. But
What's
so
a
I
mall?
I clicked on it, looked at the options, shipped was for quantity of one was $40. I'm like, sure, like we'll give it a try. And it's pretty cool. The logo is not perfect. I wish it was a teeny bit bigger, but other than that, like they give you a certain space, right? Like the template, I maxed it out, so it wasn't a me thing. It's their template is a teeny bit small, whatever. If I had one complaint, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but other than that, I think well worth the $40. So if you're looking to get yourself a custom embroidered hat, customlids.com. I'd say it's the best. Yeah.
Hey.
Why not?
It's so much the best. Where like said Larry showed this to me. I'm like, I immediately went out and bought a custom hat.
Yeah, why not?
I actually bought 2 custom hats. So,
even better.
I bought an STS Guys hat and then a Comic Fury hat.
Very cool. I wondered. I hadn't asked you yet because you did say you bought 2, so I wondered what the second one was. I figured it was that. Yeah. That'll be cool. Did you leave? So your Comic Fury logo, right, from your Comic Fury Instagram, which is back. You've been posting things for at least over a week now, because I was going to bring it up last week, but it didn't happen. So I was happy to see that. It's like you did like the red like spider webby kind of looking logo. Very cool. Yep. Awesome.
So yeah,
That'll
so the logo designed by Ed. Yeah,
as I was saying that, I'm like, I think Ed made that. So very cool.
So
yeah. So think like Ed. I'm not sure if you're a hat guy, but you could like Ed could make a shared universe embroidered hat too for reasonable price. And they have like, right. So I opted for, this is the Flex Fit hat, and black, right? Of course, black, but they have a lot of every type of hat you could want, right? Fitted, trucker, dad hat, I don't know, beanies. There, you could even do a beanie, like every type of headwear apparel you could imagine. I'm pretty sure you can get your logo custom embroidered on. So
yeah, I did a fitted hat for the STS Guys one, and I did a Flex Fit for the Comic Fury one.
Okay, awesome, good. I'm glad you did the fitted. I'm curious to see how I would imagine the quality is great, but I'm curious to see how the quality is on that one. So
me too. Cool. I am very curious.
Yeah. And one other thing, it did take order to door was about a month, which was fairly reasonable because I had no idea 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. Took 2 weeks, which was very reasonable. I was expecting at least a month. That's where my head was going. So yeah, pretty quick as well. Ed says that, right, maybe not a hat, but there are some new stickers coming soon. So be sure to follow My Figure Universe on Instagram to make sure you're aware of when Ed drops some stickers. I believe I remember a post or a story or something recently about how if you're interested in one, they might be available soon. So I'm guessing that's what he's talking about.
Looking forward, I said, to the stickers.
Yeah, I did order stickers this week too, just because I got one of those emails like for a deal. So I'm like,
it always happens around this time of year too. So
they're good.
You have to.
Yeah, so I did, and I ordered 2 batches too, just because I wanted stickers. I didn't even have anything planned. I'm not gonna say it. Well, I'll show it when it gets here. But I didn't even have anything planned, so I just dug up something old, and I'm like, oh, this will do. Because it was the $9 from Sticker Mule for 50 stickers shipped. I'm like, yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
for $10, I don't even care what it is. I just give me some stickers for $10.
Yeah, for $10, I said you can't beat it. Like you cannot beat the price. I said for $10.
No, I need to start having like ridiculous designs ready to go. That way, the next time there's an amazing deal from Sticker Mule, I've got something better. But I think this one's going to turn out well. And if no one else wants it, I don't care because I'm going to be happy with it. And Jeremy, I know you'll take it, and Scott will take it, so it'll work.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll send one to Ed and Manny, and
yes,
anyone else who wants one too, of course, for free. Just tell me, remind me.
I always love. I said the ideas that you come up with, like hey, we said we have the Fantastic Four sticker, STS Guys sticker. We have the CNN.
I had forgotten about that one. I saw that one. I saw that one today. I only made a couple of them, but I was looking for something else, and I found that sticker. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a good one. So yeah. Ed, see, Ed took advantage of the deal because he already had a logo ready to go that he was going to do for next year. Smart, Ed. Smart.
That's nice. No, I said when we were talking about King of the Hill. I said right before the podcast, right?
We were, of course, of course we were.
Because of course, like we need a King of the Hill STS Guys sticker.
I feel like we could do that.
Like Bobby wearing an STS Guys shirt.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I'm trying to why can't I picture him in my head right now? I think that would work for what he wears.
He just wears a plain
blue shirt,
bluish shirt. Yeah.
Or Hank wearing. He's a white shirt, so it's
would be
prime,
easy.
It's prime for logoing.
All right. See?
Hey, episode 264, where Larry designs King of the Hill STS Guys stickers.
Who wants to help make a sticker? I feel like we could probably do that. I just got to find a good photo. I think I've got I've got a head one. Anyway, well, no, that is an amazing idea. That will absolutely happen, even if we have to get creative on figuring out a picture. I I don't know you. That's my STS guy. I like it. Yes, Ed, go for it. I am absolutely down. Speaking of which, we might as well talk about this, Jeremy, because I still have it up. The most I'll be surprised if there's a more highly anticipated SDCC. God, I can't talk today. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive this year than this King of the Hill merch from Toddland, which was announced earlier today that I hadn't even seen yet, that you told me about just before we went live.
Mm-hmm.
And I am extremely excited. Right, Toddland? Great booth at Comic-Con for as long as I can remember. For the past couple years, they've had Bob's Burgers items that expanded to include King of the Hill, and now expanded to include Family Guy a couple years after that. Now they have Solar Opposites, Great North, American Dad, right? All of the Fox Animation shows. And this year, most importantly, they have King of the Hill. So we've got 3 t-shirts. This is 6 pins and 5 stickers. I feel like Jeremy and I will be just going, for the most part, we're just gonna add to cart.
Yep.
I might not get all of the shirts, but I'm definitely getting all of these pins, and I am extremely excited.
Oh, I am extremely excited as well. Like I said, all the pins are happening for sure. I said for the shirts, no, it's the middle blue
I'm
shirt.
leaning
that
towards the blue one
one's,
too. Yeah.
That one's probably going to be the one that's going to be coming home. Like, yes, I do like the I don't know you, it's my purse, but at the same point in time, since I had that on the pin, like, I don't know if I don't know if I need the shirt.
and I'm even surprising myself that I don't love that shirt, because that is one of my favorite King of the Hill moments.
Yes.
I just don't love this shirt for some reason. It's just okay.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's different. But no.
And he's not, maybe, so I have an older King of the Hill pin that I forget the company that was making them, but they were licensed. But this was probably right around the time I met you. So this is like 7 years ago, whatever, right? And so I have a pin of Bobby kicking Hank in the nuts,
in the testicles.
in the testicles. But I think that's what this is missing. He's just kicking the air.
Yeah,
I think I would like it more if he was kicking his
had,
head,
like,
or Clark Peters,
or if you had like the Michelin Man, like said type.
The guy from
like,
the class.
This is also a fake image. There's no point in time. There's no point in time in the episode that he actually has a purse.
That is true.
He says it, but there's no point
that's
in the episode that he actually has a purse. So it doesn't actually make sense.
No, that's true. Because he says it because the teacher mentions it, right? Like, she's like, you could use, like, if somebody's trying to steal your purse, you kick them. That's the scenario that they're playing out. But yeah, Bobby did not have a purse. It's a good point. We're gonna have to talk to Todd about his accuracy on these King of the Hill
like
designs.
I've seen this like 100 million times, where I can like see like I'm judgy because so they're utilizing fake images. I said for.
True. And if he needs a couple consultants that will work for future merch, free t-shirts in the future, like I will be happy to lend my services on some ideas. I do like the Dale of the Hill one too. Mm-hmm. It's a good shirt, but yeah, like if I was only gonna pick one, I'm
picking the middle shirt. Gonna get all the pins, even though the pin isn't accurate. I'm still gonna get it.
Yeah. 100%. Like
I'm also like I said. I am also. I said the pin for the Hank grilling. That's not from that episode.
What do you?
So it's a diminished gluteal syndrome pin. That's from the Hot Sugar Night episode, basically where he's dreaming of Nancy grilling naked in propane. Diminished glutes is a whole different episode.
It is,
but whatever. Yeah. Like it's again, right?
I love that you noticed that.
I wish there was. Like I said, I wish there was a King of the Hill trivia. I said during Comic-Con week, because I know I would absolutely decimate. Like I said, anybody really. I said in King of the Hill trivia because I've seen it so many times.
I feel like you would. I hadn't read the names of the pins yet, but you're right. That is a huge miss. The rest of them are kind of generic.
Yeah,
but yeah, that one is kind of episode specific. I do like. I really like the Peggy.
I like the Peggy one
in the sombrero, but I think even more than the pin, I like the sticker with the Mexican flag logo behind it.
I like that sticker, but the sticker I probably like, even like I said, a little bit more is I'm a little worried about being
yeah, which is cool because all the other stickers have pins for them too, except for this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one is cool. I've been putting stickers on my suitcase lately, and I've specifically been trying to buy them from the places I've gone.
Okay, I do the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, and when I went to Mexico, though, like I didn't end up getting a sticker. I feel like this is my Mexico sticker. I'll have to buy
that two. Needs to be your Mexico sticker.
Yeah. This is going to be my Mexico sticker. It works. It has the Mexican flag.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Like, what does it actually say? That's what.
That's a good question.
Because knowing Peggy Hill and her Spanish.
It doesn't look like anything too bad, but I will have to talk to my resident Spanish expert, my wife, first to make sure, and we'll make sure we're safe. Like I know most of these words, but I don't know all of them. It looks like it's just kind of nonsense, so I'm sure she'll be happy to translate for me. This is the biggest Comic-Con news right now. It's Toddland.
It's literally the only exclusives that I actually want at this point in time. That I actually am like, you know what? I need this.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I'm going to order it and I'm not going to pick it up there.
No,
I'm literally ship it to my house.
I know, which is dumb. It's dumb that we have to do that. But yeah, we hadn't talked about that yet. I was going to make sure you remember that Toddland booth.
Oh, it's
in theory, it seems like, oh, cool. You order now, right? Because these pre-orders are open. If you're interested, go buy. Not just for King of the Hill, for everything. I think in theory you should be able to purchase online, right? And then you go pick it up at the booth. Sounds easy, but that line is always capped, which isn't just a Toddland problem at Comic-Con, right? Like all the lines are capped. So I get it. Like it's just, but when you have to fight to get into the line just to pick up the stuff you already paid for, or you just pay the $10 and have it shipped to you. You pay the $10 and have it shipped to you.
100%.
It's fine. Like
and you literally get it 2-3 weeks later. Like
I think so. Yeah. Like when they're done with Comic-Con, they start shipping them out. So that's perfectly
fine with that.
I am happy with that. Right. The Bob's Burger stuff is up. I guess Futurama isn't up yet either. So. But the one thing that Jeremy and I talked about too here is that maybe it's just a coincidence, or maybe I'm overthinking this a little bit, but all of these shows that Toddland makes merch for, Bob's Burgers, American Dad, Family Guy, they always have panels at Comic-Con. I know we've talked about this before, but I'm saying it again because I want to put it out into the universe. There's King of the Hill stuff. Really hope there's that King of the Hill panel this year.
I would
really hope. I get it if there isn't, for maybe they just don't want to, maybe Mike Judge doesn't want to go, or maybe they don't have anything to show or whatever. But like they also haven't shown anything and they also haven't talked about it. So here in July would be the perfect time to drop a trailer. And me and Jeremy are the perfect people to camp out in that room all day and make sure we're the first ones to see it.
100%. I would literally stay there all day to see, I said, a King of the Hill trailer because I love that show that much.
We will prioritize for sure.
Like it is like, again, right? Like I've seen, like I've lost count how many times I've seen King of the Hill, like front to back to front. Like
I know it's a lot.
It's been
so
a
much so that you can identify that the Hank Hill pin is not from this episode. It's from a different episode. Yeah. The only other thing I saw that was potentially cool, but probably going to be lame, is Super 7 announced that they're going to have 2 pop-ups during Comic-Con, right? So Super 7 always makes a lot of really cool stuff. They're the first ones to make the reaction figures. They had that cool like Beavis and Butthead with the figure with the toilet paper a couple years ago that I got. They always have a nice booth. Generally not too busy, so like attainable exclusives, which is cool. But they also have a store, like an actual storefront, not far from the convention center, and they've done some cool stuff with like Masters of the Universe and stuff in the past. But this year they're doing some type of pop up for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Dungeons and Dragons.
Hey, Tyler Calvert, our resident movie expert, our hero, translated the pin. I have 2 years ahead of me to spend my life in cigarettes.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler.
I think that is perfect. Too bad that's not a shirt, because I would buy that shirt too. Just because I'd buy that shirt and then I'd wear it next time I go to the Mexico office, where other people who would be able to translate my shirt and be like, what are you doing? Why are you wearing a shirt that says I have too many good years ahead of me to spend my life in a cigarette factory? It's true though. But anyway, Super 7. There's some kind of Dungeons and Dragons thing, but there's also this Mikey's Pizza, like Michelangelo pop-up event. It's at TNT Pizza, so it's actually at an actual pizza place on Friday night. So I don't know. As of right now, we don't have Friday night plans, so it's a possibility.
Hey, always an adventure. Like I said, we can figure out something. And like I said, stuff slowly starting to kind of trickle in now. I said we're slowly starting to kind of get the trickle. So
it's happening. Yeah. Ed mentions that. Yeah, Ashley, formerly from Funko, also works at Super 7 now. I know I saw her last year. So yeah, like the booth's nice because it's busy, but it's not like crazy busy like some of the booths.
No, like I remember.
You got something there too. I remember waiting.
I got the toilet paper, the Beavis and Butthead toilet paper, and then I got the got the shirt where they're the old Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. No, I remember standing there waiting for you because I saw Alex and Prague from Secondary Heroes too. They like as Ian and I were standing there waiting for you to check out, like on the edge of the booth. They walked by and then we talked to them for a minute. So yeah, it's a good booth just because they have. They do have their exclusives on display, plus some other cool stuff. So like, there's things to look at too, even if you don't want to buy. So it's a fun little spot. They had those. This is before you went. They had those Masters of the Universe coins too that they gave you for free that you had to get that you could then use to go purchase other exclusives at their store. But those coins were cool too. There's a cool freebie. Like they weren't that crazy, but for like an actual like metal coin with like Skeletor's face on it for free. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
I think that was my first Comic-Con, first or second. I remember being happy to get something that I thought was cool for free.
Hey, free
that I still have, unlike all the posters and all that other stuff that I've probably thrown away. I still have the coin somewhere.
What is? It brings me a good question though. I said, what is? Like I said, what is that your favorite freebie, or what is the best freebie that you ever gotten?
We talked about it last week. It is the Alfpog.
The Alfpog, yeah.
And as far as like kind of throwaway freebie, like it's that. Like we talked about some of the autographs last week too, right? We met SpongeBob a couple years ago, Rugrats. Last year we got to do that Demon Slayer autograph signing after the panel. Like I'm not counting those. Like as far as just walking around and somebody kind of like handing you something random that's fairly cheap, it's the Alfpog. That's by far my favorite because that's that kind of how that's my I don't know you, that's my purse is one of my first favorite King of the Hill moments. The Alfpogs was one of my first favorite Simpsons moments that I like pre-internet, right? When like like people weren't really talking about their favorite Simpsons moments and or favorite King of the Hill moments. Both of those were kind of it for me. Those are the ones that always kind of stood out. Yeah. How about you? Got anything better than Alf Pogs?
Honestly, I said I love the stupid CGC pins. Like
Yeah, they're cool too.
We're talking about that.
Especially for free. Like it's a pin, which
It's a pin.
a lot of places would charge
Yeah.
$12 for, like Toddland, totally fair.
Yeah.
But CGC gave it to you for free.
CGC. I said those were some awesome pins, and then there was another pin. Entertainment Earth. I said gave out pins. I said as well. I'm trying to remember what it was.
You gave me a Sergeant Slaughter.
The Sergeant Slaughter pin. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good one too. Which you grabbed an extra for me, which I was.
Yes, because like I said, they gave out some free pins that said outside the Entertainment Earth booth, and the year they said that they had the Sergeant Slaughter pin. I'm like, Larry has to have this.
Yeah, that was amazing. I'm trying to. Oh, there it is. Yeah. The other one, like I'm doing recency bias here, but last year the pressed pennies from the Funko booth, those were pretty cool too. Those weren't free, but they were cheap, right? I think like $1 or $2, but
same, like along the same lines, right? Like,
yeah, it's not a highly sought after exclusive. It was just kind of a fun Comic-Con thing. Those were pretty cool too. I'm sure there's something before
all
that
the pins.
that I
like said, all the pins from the Funko.
Yeah, the Funko pins. True,
Yeah,
those were
all
free.
the Funko pins.
Are you?
I really wanted that stupid donut pin that they had.
That's right, from Freddy's Donut Shop. Well, Max, so Funkoville is back, so I'm sure there'll be some new pins. It sounds like there's going to be a Mondo booth, a Loungefly booth, and of course the main Funko booth. But there's also a Funko Fusion booth for the video game, which is interesting. It sounds like you'll be able to probably play at least maybe a level or something. So hopefully there's some cool freebies with that.
Yeah.
Maybe even like a pin or a poster or something I'd be down with for. But the thing that I thought was interesting, kind of cool, was this Deadpool and Wolverine Pop Yourself.
Could be cool.
Right?
That is going to be a shit show.
That's the only problem, is that I don't know if we're gonna be able to even think about doing that, because it's the line's going to be rough. And I get if they do it like how they do the Pop Yourself at like Funko Hollywood or Funko HQ, right? You go up there at like a computer screen and you're customizing this yourself, right? You're picking the parts, like like this guy right here, like he's picking his beard and his hair style. That way you're trying to make it look like you. That takes a little bit of time. And then once you do that, somebody has to grab those parts and make it for you. Like the process for a Pop Yourself is not fast. Even actually now that I remember, even now at Funko Hollywood, when we went, right, you customize it at the screen. No rush. Like you get to take your time, but like do it right. It takes a couple minutes. But then you hand off your paper to somebody, and then they build it for you. And that took a good 15 minutes. And that was like just a random day when it wasn't that busy and all that stuff, let alone a constant flow of people trying to rush to get their Deadpool and Wolverine pops. So it's a cool idea. If we find ourselves there and get to go to the front line, maybe. But it's probably not.
That's gonna be it's gonna
for what it is. It's
to be. Here's also what I found interesting as well, right? So you're showing the passport, right?
Yeah.
They're actually charging for the passport.
Wait, what?
Like fans will be able to purchase the passport book for $5. You have to buy the passport book.
Interesting.
Versus like giving away pins and everything else that they've done in the years past. They're making you buy the passport book. I found that completely odd.
I am not following Comic-Con stuff as good as I should, and I did not read any of this. I just watched the video, that Funko dropped the other day, so I didn't realize that. The only thing I can think of is like it's to stop you from getting multiple free ones, and they run out. So they're trying to control it a little bit by like, hey, give us $5.
Well, they just limit. They just have a limited number. They run out. Like it's like the same thing with the pins, right? Like so, like
the pins were super limited last year, right? Weren't they?
I think
some of them like 100 or 125 or something.
Like there was like I think 500 was like
500 maybe. Yeah, like 100 a day. Like they were super limited. I didn't catch that. Like I would like a Funko Passport, but same. Like if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be too sad about it.
It was an interesting. I'm like it was like as soon as I saw like because I thought it was gonna be something like, hey, you walk in, they give you the passport, you go around.
Yeah, they're just passing them out. Yeah,
they're passing them out. Then I'm like, wait, they're charging for the passport. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
interesting.
Oh yeah, and see, I didn't see this top part either about the Funko Fusion booth. Right, you'd be able to demo the game and spin a wheel for prizes. I do like this Funko Fusion logo. I had not seen that before with kind of like a demon looking Freddy Funko there. That's interesting. So I don't know. How do you feel about the Funko Fusion game from the brief look we've got at it so far? Do you think you're going to get it? Do you care at all? Would you get it if it was okay? So I think it's currently like normal video game price, like $50-$60. Like what if it was like free on Xbox or whatever?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Then you'd but probably not $60, right? Like
I don't know if I'd spend $60. I don't know if I'd spend $60 on it. Like I said, it would be like, hey, wait till it basically goes down in price and then
or
buy.
it's free.
No matter what I'm going to play it. It's just a matter of when I'm going to play it. Am I going to play it? I said as soon as it comes out, probably not, because I'm not going to spend $60 on it.
No.
Am I going to wait for the price to drop and then probably play it? 100%. I will play it.
Yeah, and I think Ed's
exactly.
nailed it,
Ed
gonna wait till it's
spot on. Like I will play it for that.
And it does remind me of the Lego games, and the Lego games always go down in price.
Oh, 100%.
Like $20.
That's what I was going to say.
And then they're a good deal because they're fun for $20.
It definitely reminds me of the Lego game.
And I do need a physical copy of Funko Fusion at some point for my Funko collection, because it doesn't get more random and cool than a mainstream video game.
Like I'm physical media all the way. Anyway.
I know you're same. Yeah, same. Like even it's funny because there was a new Paper Mario game came out a couple weeks ago, and Ian didn't talk to me about it too far in advance. I think say it came out on like Tuesday. He's like, hey, can you buy me this Paper Mario game? So we looked at it on Amazon and stuff, and it was gonna get here well after Tuesday, like Friday or something. Like it was gonna take a week to get here because they had already shipped out all the pre-orders. So there was a slight delay. And he's like, oh well, we could just download it. I'm like, no,
we don't do that in this house.
I'm like, no, like you can wait. Like you could wait a couple of days, and I think we ended up buying it at Target, and we got it like the next day, like the next day after it was out. So like it still got here super fast. But yeah, like like I know your point, and I totally agree with your point, right? Like especially if it's the same price, like why am I doing that? And like like retro video games, like the physical games and all that are like still a really big deal. Like why are you gonna you can't sell. You can't sell your digital copy of Paper Mario 20 years down the line if you want to. Like it just and even more so, like maybe the physical copies will be worth more because there are digital copies out there that people are buying. So you gotta collect. You gotta like Ian loves video games. Like you gotta, especially a Mario game. Like you just need it for your collection. You gotta have it.
Like I said, and then there's stuff too, right? Like I said, just because something's streaming right now or available doesn't mean it's always going to be available. Like so, for example, right? Like one of my prime examples of this is there was an offshoot of the X-Files, a show. It was called Millennium. That is literally not streaming any place.
Really?
Like any place.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
You can only watch it on physical media. Like that
Okay.
is the only way to actually watch.
Are
that
there
show.
DVDs though? Like
There's DVDs?
they
Yeah,
made on DVDs? Yeah,
there's
cool.
I have literally I said all of the I said the
Yeah.
3 seasons on DVD.
That's funny. I do remember that show.
Yep.
My dad liked it. My
Ed,
dad liked it.
Lone Gunman was another.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. So Millennium is I gonna call that a deep cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It had
I
Lance
do-
Henriksen. I said it was as the FBI profiler, Frank Black.
Yeah. Three seasons, 67 episodes. So yeah, from from Chris Carter.
Yep.
I didn't remember. I remember the show. I don't specifically remember it being kind of part of the X-Files, universe or whatever. And I didn't. Yeah, so I didn't remember that Chris Carter made that either. But that's cool. That guy disappeared. Like he was, for being like such a big deal. The show came out in '96, Millennium. Like, for being kind of the guy of sci-fi in the '90s, he's been quiet.
I met him at the con 2 years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
like-
at that horror con
Oh,
in Houston.
okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. He was I like he's to me, like he was kind of the Robert Kirkman. I mean, I know Robert Kirkman did comic books, but like, he's kind of like that guy where he was making cool kind of nerdy shows and stuff, and like he couldn't
Another thing
do
that
anything
happened too,
wrong.
right? I said with like shows and stuff. Like you'll see this too is where I said some of these streaming services will like edit some of the episodes because it said some things like said not like appropriate anymore, this, that, and the other. I'm like no, I want to watch the original, basically said like how it was, this, and when it came out.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
even like King of the Hill, isn't in the right order.
No,
Like that last season, right? Like that last season's all messed up. Because that last episode is supposed to be the one where Boomhauer, you see his wallet, right? And
Yeah, you see his
he's a
police badge.
officer.
Yeah.
That's like the end, but that's like halfway through the last season or whatever on Hulu. That bothers me every time.
yeah,
I don't know how they messed that up, but yeah,
it
edited or just not in the right order. Like
it
not cool.
bothers me beyond imagination.
Yeah.
I said like
It's funny because I distinctly remember watching that episode for the first time, like when it was on, on Fox or whatever. Like I remember watching the final King of the Hill
because that was
episode.
because it was the last episode of like kind of like fan service, because like I said everyone wanted to like it kind of like tied the knot on a few different questions, right? Like like you finally figured out, like I said, what Boomhauer did for work, because you knew everyone else's job but Boomhauer's.
Yep. Yeah, is right. And Hulu / Disney Plus now, like, nope. Like we're kind of
It is weird
mix up
now.
this
I said,
order.
I do have to admit, it is weird seeing. I said, if you open up the Disney Plus app to see, like, oh yeah, there's Die Hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're right. Like they hit it for like a little bit, right? Like you mostly got, Disney movies and Pixar, but yeah, now you go into Disney Plus and, like you said, Die Hard or whatever. And like the Deadpool movies are on their home screen now because they want you to watch Deadpool with the old Deadpools with the new Deadpool coming out. And yeah, they quickly started mixing all those properties. Screw it. Whatever their hesitation was, it's gone.
Well, again, right? Like I said, it's just like Netflix, right? I said, if you don't want, I said, kids watching something, set up a separate profile. Like you set up a separate profile.
Yeah, the kids,
like
I'm sure they have that for
it's
Disney.
it's easy to do. Like I said, majority of people, like I said, especially adults that are on Disney Plus, they don't want to bounce back and forth between like 100 million different apps. So I said to actually watch something, especially since the company owns basically Hulu and Disney Plus. So like I do like that. I do like that update. No, Tyler brings up, I said, 28 days later, I said, isn't streaming anywhere either, which is funny because they're actually making a sequel to that. Like,
really?
Yeah, they're making.
Well, maybe
28 years later, I think they're.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
There's 28 days,
really
28 weeks,
movie.
and then I said they're gonna be. I think they're titling it 28 years later.
That makes sense. I did not know that, but that is cool. I did like that movie. That was a good movie. And I'm surprised, kind of surprised that isn't there. But if there's a new one, maybe it'll do a little bit of resurgence. But Tyler's got some more knowledge, right? They haven't released physical media of Barbarian after 2 years.
Literally, I said, have you seen that? Like,
I don't know what that is. I was gonna hide it, but I have no idea what that is.
it is. I said it is that. I said it's a like horror movie. I said it's got Justin Long in it.
Okay. Oh, I see it. 2022. Yeah, Barbarian. Okay.
It's a weird movie.
92% on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah. Kate Bosworth. Yeah, you with Bill Skarsgård. Yeah, like just judging on cast alone and some quick reviews. I mean, it seems like a good movie with a good, decent cast. You would think that it would sell some copies.
Yeah, it is a.
We're in a weird physical media transition period, though, right?
Yeah.
So it may not.
I don't know. Well, I went into Best Buy the other day for.
Oh, cool.
To buy a gift card for my niece's graduation. Literally the only reason I went into Best Buy because like I don't go into Best Buy. Yeah, there's no physical media anymore. And I said besides,
because they took everything,
like,
right?
And then even games, like there's like barely any anymore. Like I miss physical media. I'm like it's slowly a dying art.
Kind of a shame, yeah. Because like you said, there's Aaron and Tyler, right? Like there's things that are going to be lost, good things that are going to be lost. I just wish that, I get the different studios and all that, but I wish there was just like one streaming service where you could literally watch everything. Like there's that Internet Archive thing or whatever. I wish there was just like that for like every TV show, right? You want to watch every episode of Who's the Boss? It's right there. You want to watch the Millennium? It's right there. You want to watch Major Dad? It's right there.
Who wouldn't want to watch Major Dad?
That's my go-to random like 90s TV show. I don't know why, but that's the one that always sticks out in my head. Dave's World. You want to watch all those episodes of Dave's World? That show is popular. I guarantee you can't watch that anywhere.
Dave's World.
Empty Nest. You can't watch Empty's Nest anywhere, probably. I mean, I get that the majority of people have no interest in some of these shows, but people worked hard on those. They deserve to exist somewhere, just to exist.
No,
it's a little better now because a lot of stuff's pirated, so it's gonna kind of like it's gonna live on forever if it's out now. There should be a copy of it somewhere, but the older stuff, not so much.
I'm going like now that you started naming off all these shows, I'm going through like shows that I said from the 90s. I said that start. Hey, the Gary Shandling Show.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Who would want to, or
Hanging with Mr. Cooper. That was kind of in the same vein of Boy Meets World
or News Radio.
News Radio was really good, right? With Phil Hartman
or
Tilly Bestaway.
The Secret World of Alex Mack.
That was a good show too. Yeah.
Or my all-time favorite, Jerry O'Connell, Sliders.
Sliders was really good.
Sliders.
Yeah, I like Sliders too. Yeah. I gotta find a rant. Like these are all too common from the list I found, but
you're probably looking at the same list I am.
It's probably I just googled 90s sitcom list, and it's got Mad About You and Spin City. I'm like, those are too popular.
No, you know what? It's hot. Or here, I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
It's even got.
I gotta share my screen.
Yeah.
1 second. Or everyone's favorite show,
Wishbone.
Come on,
look at that little guy.
Like, who wants? Come on, let's bring back Wishbone.
They should bring back Wishbone.
I mean, like cool. He dressed up in little costumes. He got in all sorts of hijinks, and he told stories.
Yeah, it was educational and a dog, an adventurous dog. It was a good show, man. It's a good show.
Where in the world, Carmen San Diego?
That I was when you said Wishbone, that reminded me of that show. Remember Ghost Rider? Like writer, not writer. Yeah,
Ghost Rider.
Like that. That was a bad show.
I remember that. I remember the intro. I said of that show vividly.
I'm sure if I saw it, it would all come back to me. Yeah,
it's It has the like the little green like wispy.
Yeah, like I can kind of picture it.
It's like Ghost Rider, like
Ghost Rider theme song. It's got an ad, and I'm not gonna play it. Probably copyrighted. Somebody's doing
Fishbone, is that you?
You're talking about me, aren't you? Oh yeah, the green wispy thing going through the town and stuff. Yeah. Somebody's doing 29th of June fireworks.
Because
5 days before 4th of July, apparently.
You got to practice.
Yeah, right. And you got to give something for the people to complain about on Facebook.
Of
Who's
course.
doing fireworks at 9 o'clock on? My kids were asleep.
Real quick, I know we're
making
over
the
time.
dogs
I do
mad.
got to tell you. I said about basically said a funny Facebook thing that happened in our neighborhood, right? So like normally you said you have the people complains like oh yeah you let your dog shit in my yard, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Now they're complaining, hey, you picked up your dog shit but you threw it in my trash can.
I have seen that complaint before as well. I have seen that complaint before. It might have been in Texas actually.
Yeah. Okay. Like
because exactly because I don't want that in my trash can, but I also don't want you to like leave it there or pick it up and just throw the bag on the side of the ground like or something, right? If your trash can's there, I get it that it's not public trash can, but yeah, like I don't quite see the problem with that.
I don't see
it's better than the alternative, man. Like
100%.
Who cares?
100%. Yeah, that was an ongoing battle. I said in my neighborhood right now. I was like, you threw your dog shit away
in my trash. Yeah.
My trash can. Like, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook neighborhood groups.
Facebook neighborhood groups.
They're a good time. Our real quick. Our neighborhood right has a community pool that people apparently keep pooping in. Like probably mostly babies. Like just accidents or whatever, but our pool is frequently shut down due to fecal incidents. We get emails about fecal incidents all the time. Our pool is shut down this weekend. Like, I don't know. Like somebody's got a problem, or somebody's doing it on purpose. A lot of fecal incidents.
So many fecal incidents.
Yeah, all the fecal.
Yeah, I'd put there. Yeah, babies.
Babies. Yeah, right. Yeah. Like I don't know.
Someone's
we're not using it anyhow, but like I feel bad if you're right. It seems like it's every other weekend too. Like it's weekends. It's bad. Good old Facebook though. I'm still in the Texas neighborhood group too because there's gold. It's entertaining. Like you can't be in too many neighborhood groups. It is my favorite part of Facebook.
So remember a couple weeks ago when I said when I was telling you guys, I said that my internet was out. My internet was out for like close to like 6 days.
That's crazy.
It was nuts.
Torture.
So then one of my neighbors posted a letter in there, basically post like some old timey letter saying like, oh, Constance, this, that, and the other, and made up this personality, basically saying like, hey, I'm basically it's been 3 days without internet, and then I said I can only reach to you by telegraph, this, that, and the other. So then I'm like, hey, this is good. Then I start responding to the guy, like as the person he's person that he's actually talking to.
Playing along with it, yeah.
And then so I said like, it's been years, since we've spoken. I now must send my letters by Pony Express. I said in order to get to you. And then he responded back to me. Like we literally went back and forth for like 6 days. Like
good times. Seems like a good dude.
If anything, I said our neighborhood, the majority of our neighborhood was entertained. The rest of them were kind of pissed because you guys just
no, sir. There will be no seriousness here.
No, the best message that he said was the last one missing before we actually got the internet the internet back. He's like, yeah. He's like, unfortunately, I said this time, so like I would send my message by carrier pigeon, but unfortunately, I've had to eat them. So I must.
We've become desperate. It's the only source of protein.
They're
Pigeons.
We kept this up for like a good 4 or 5 days. Like,
That's awesome.
it was amazing.
Good times. You know what else is good times? Following us on the social medias. We're on Instagram at STS Guys. We're on Twitter at STS Guys, and of course we're on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I'm Larry from the STS Guys.
Shilling like a villain.
Shilling like a villain.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
Ding 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 ding.
Ding 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 ding. Shout out to everybody for hanging out, especially Tyler, Ed, and everybody else. And Manny, I know Manny's close. Jessica, that means Jessica's got to be close by. And shout out to Custom Lids. It's the best.
It's the best.
And shout out to all our friends who are going to be at Comic-Con.
I don't have friends. I got family.
That's right. What's up, Comic-Con family? We will see you in less than a month. Jeez. All right, cool. Good times.
All right. So for episode 264 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Scott's so much better at this than me. Bye.
Hey, you handily did it.
Scott forgets about gems like, oh God, where's banners? Oh, I'm slow. Scott forgets about gems like this.
Come on, Bobby. Let's go to Whataburger.
All right.
All right.